Brothers, sovereigns, welcome back to the channel. You return because you sense something that others cannot see. You return because you know that the battlefield of the modern world is not fought with fists or weapons, but with composure, with silence, with the unshakable fortress of a disciplined mind. If you are ready to master your mind, to reclaim the sovereignty that has been stolen from you by a world designed to make you react, then subscribe now. And I want you to do something else. Comment below, tell me where you were watching from. In the world, let the world know that men everywhere are waking up to their power. Now, let us begin. Today, we discuss the art of not reacting. This is not a skill, it is a weapon. It is the difference between the man who controls his destiny and the man who is controlled by everyone around him. Let me be clear. Every time you react, you surrender. Every time you raise your voice in anger, every time you defend yourself against petty accusations, every time you let another person's words dictate your emotional state, you have been conquered. Epictetus, the slave who became one of history's greatest philosophers, understood this truth when he said, "He who angers you, conquers you." Read that again. He who angers you, conquers you. Your anger is not a sign of strength. It is a leash. And the moment you react, someone else is holding that leash. They are walking you like a dog. They say one word and you bark. They pull and you follow. This is not sovereignty. This is slavery. Look around you. Modern society is engineered to provoke you. Your boss disrespects you in a meeting, testing whether you will break. Your partner throws accusations, watching to see if you will crumble or explode. Strangers on the internet hurl insults from behind screens, desperately trying to pull you into their misery. The media floods your mind with outrage, fear, division, all designed to keep you in a constant state of reaction. Every notification on your phone is a little hook, trying to catch your attention, your energy, your emotional state. And here is the trap. The moment you react, you lose. You lose your power, you lose your time, you lose your peace. You become a puppet and they are pulling the strings. You dance when they want you to dance. You rage when they want you to rage. You defend when they want you to defend. And in all of this, you are not living your life. You are living their script, but you are not a puppet. You are a sovereign, and sovereigns do not react. They respond. There is a difference, and it is everything. Reaction is unconscious. It is emotional. It is weak. It is the behavior of children and animals. Something happens, and they immediately respond with emotion, with no filter, no thought, no control. The response is deliberate. It is calculated. It is powerful. It is the behavior of kings and philosophers. Something happens, and they pause. They think. They choose their next move based on strategy, not emotion. The man who reacts is a slave to his emotions. The man who responds is the master of his fate. So how do you stop reacting? You learn to pause. Between every stimulus and every response, there is a gap. Viktor Frankl, who survived the Nazi concentration camps, understood this. When he wrote, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. In that gap lies your freedom." This is where you reclaim your power. Someone insults you, pause. Someone tries to provoke you, pause. Someone demands an immediate answer, pause. In that pause, you are no longer controlled. You are choosing, and choice is sovereignty. Let me explain this more deeply. When you react immediately, you are operating from the most primitive part of your brain, the amygdala, the fight or flight mechanism. This is the part of your brain that kept your ancestors alive when they were being chased by predators. It is fast, it is emotional, it is designed for survival, not for strategy. But you are not being chased by a tiger. You are being challenged by people who want to see you lose control. And if you respond from that primitive place, you will always lose. The pause allows your prefrontal cortex, the rational, strategic part of your brain, to engage. This is where wisdom lives. This is where power lives. This is where you become more than an animal reacting to stimuli. You become a man choosing his destiny. Let me tell you something that will change your life. Silence is not weakness. Silence is a void, and voids terrify people. When you do not react, when you simply look at someone with calm, unreadable eyes, they panic. They expected anger. They expected defensiveness. They expected justification. They expected you to dance to their tune, but you give them nothing. You become a gray rock, cold, unmoved, uninteresting. This is a technique used by those who deal with manipulators and narcissists, and it is devastatingly effective. You become so unreactive, so emotionally flat, that you are no longer a source of supply. You are no longer fun to provoke. There is no emotional payoff for them, and so they move on. They search for weaker prey. But you remain untouched, unshaken, standing like a mountain, while storms rage around you. Think about the people who have real power in this world. The CEOs, the generals, the strategists, the masters. Do they react emotionally to every challenge? No. They are calm. They are measured. They think 3 steps ahead. When someone insults them, they smile. Not because they are weak, but because they know something their attacker does not. They know that emotional reaction is a waste of energy. They know that the best revenge is not anger, but success. They know that while their enemies are busy feeling things, they are busy building empires. This is the mindset you must adopt. You are not here to win arguments. You are here to win at life. And you cannot win at life if you are constantly being pulled into emotional battles with people who do not matter. There is a story about a samurai and a monk. A samurai, full of pride and arrogance, approached a Zen monk and demanded, "Tell me, what is the difference between heaven and hell?" The monk looked at him with complete indifference and said, "You are nothing but a filthy, disgraceful fool. You are a waste of space. You dishonor your ancestors with your ignorance." The samurai, enraged by this disrespect, drew his sword, ready to strike the monk down for such insolence. And in that moment, as the blade hovered in the air, the monk calmly said, "That is hell." The samurai froze. The truth hit him like a thunderbolt. He understood his rage, his loss of control, his immediate reaction. That was hell. Hell was not a place. Hell was a state of mind. Hell was being a slave to his emotions. He slowly sheathed his sword, his face softening, his breathing calming. He bowed deeply to the monk, tears in his eyes, and thanked him for the profound lesson. The monk smiled warmly and said, "And that is heaven." Do you see the wisdom here, brothers? Hell is reaction. Heaven is control. Hell is being a slave to your emotions. Heaven is mastering them. Hell is letting others dictate your state of mind. Heaven is maintaining your peace regardless of external circumstances. Asterisk now. Let me address something important because I know some of you are thinking it. Not reacting does not mean being passive. It does not mean being a doormat. It does not mean letting people walk all over you. It means you do not let them dictate your emotional state. You can still set boundaries. You can still remove toxic people from your life. You can still take decisive action. But you do it from a place of power, not a place of reaction. You do it calmly. You do it deliberately. You do it because you choose to, not because they forced you to. This is the difference between a king and a beggar. The beggar reacts to everything because he has no power. The king responds to what deserves his attention and ignores the rest because he has nothing to prove. The king does not argue with peasants. He simply removes them from his kingdom. Quietly, efficiently, without drama. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, the most powerful man in the ancient world, wrote in his private journals, his meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Brothers, this is the key to everything. You cannot control what others say. You cannot control what others do. You cannot control the chaos of the world. You cannot control the economy, the weather, the traffic, the opinions of strangers, but you can control your response. And in that control lies all your power. The moment you stop trying to control others and start controlling yourself, you become unstoppable. You become a fortress, impenetrable, unmoved by storms, unmoved by attacks, unmoved by the petty provocations of lesser men. Marcus Aurelius had the power to execute anyone who disrespected him. He had legions at his command. He could have reacted to every slight with violence and force, but he chose the harder path. He chose self-mastery, and that is why he is remembered not as a tyrant, but as a philosopher king. I want you to understand something profound. The people who try to provoke, you are not your enemies. They are your teachers. Every person who insults you, every person who disrespects you, every person who tries to pull you into their drama, they are giving you an opportunity to practice non-reaction, an opportunity to strengthen your discipline, and the opportunity to prove to yourself that you are not controlled by external circumstances. The ancient Stoics called these obstacles, but they understood that obstacles are not impediments to the path. They are the path. Every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. Every provocation is a chance to deepen your control. So when someone tries to anger you, thank them silently. They are your sparring partner in the gym of life. They are making you stronger, whether they know it or not. Let me give you a practical technique. The next time someone says something that would normally make you react, I want you to do this. First, notice the physical sensations in your body. Your heart rate increases. Your muscles tense. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your face gets hot. Simply notice these sensations without judgment. Say to yourself, "I notice that I am feeling angry." This simple act of observation creates distance between you and the emotion. You are no longer the emotion. You are the observer of the emotion. Second, take 3 deep breaths. Slow, deliberate. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and overrides the fight or flight response. Third, before you speak, ask yourself 3 questions. Will this matter in 5 years? Will responding improve the situation? Am I about to give away my power? If the answer to any of these questions suggests that reacting is not in your best interest, then do not react. Smile, nod, say nothing. Walk away. Let the silence speak for you. There is incredible power in walking away. In our culture, we are taught that walking away is cowardice. We are taught that real men stand and fight, but this is nonsense. Real men fight battles worth fighting. Real men do not waste their energy on pointless conflicts with people who do not matter. There is a reason why the greatest military strategist in history, Sun Tzu, wrote, "The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting, victory without battle." This is the highest form of strategy. When you refuse to engage with people who are trying to provoke you, you have already won. They wanted your energy. They wanted your attention. They wanted to pull you down to their level, and you denied them. You remained on your mountain, unreachable, untouchable. I want you to practice this. Starting today, starting right now. The next time someone tries to provoke you, pause, breathe, let the emotion rise. Acknowledge it, observe it, and then let it pass like a cloud moving across the sky. Do not react. Do not speak immediately. Let the silence do the work. Watch how uncomfortable they become. Watch how they scramble to fill the void. Watch how they try harder and harder to get a reaction out of you, and watch how pathetic they look when you give them nothing. And in that moment, you will realize something profound. You were never powerless. You just gave your power away, but no more. From this moment forward, you are the master of your reactions. You are the sovereign of your mind. You are the iron sage in your own life. So let me leave you with this final thought. The world will continue to try to provoke you. It will test you every single day. It will push you. It will try to make you break. Your colleagues will undermine you. Your family will criticize you. Strangers will disrespect you. The news will outrage you. Social media will bait you. But you will not break. Because you are not like other men. You have made a decision, a commitment. You do not react. You respond. You do not surrender your peace for temporary anger. You do not give away your power for fleeting satisfaction. You are a fortress, unshakable, unmoved, sovereign. You are the calm in the center of the storm. While chaos rages around you, you remain still. While others lose their minds, you keep yours. And in that stillness, in that control, in that mastery, you find true freedom. Now go. Practice the pause, master the art of not reacting, and watch. As your life transforms in ways you cannot yet imagine, I will see you in the next one. Stay strong, sovereigns.